What's up, everybody? Is everybody having a good night? Afternoon? Evening? Tonight's a little warm. That's alright. You think Gwen will be joining us tonight? Maybe she'll bring Lily with her. We got 2 cats, 4 dogs, 25 goats, 60 chickens, 4 ducks. Used to have 2 donkeys. We didn't eat our donkeys. We sold them, but other donkeys that we ate. Anyway, before I get into the meat and potato of this video, let me talk about the meat and potato video. Now, I sometimes watch my videos back after I upload them to see if I had said anything stupid. And I don't think I did. But I did notice I was scratching myself a lot. You know why that is? Because a couple of days prior to that, I had eaten some rice. And born lucky, that's your fault. My wife handles rice just fine. Just like born lucky, probably. But it must be those Asian genes. Us Neanderthals, well, you know, big head Neanderthals. We like other foods. Anyway. Oh yeah. Vegan foot soldier. I broke my nail planting some trees, digging in this hard, compacted, rocky, barren ground. What have you done, Mr. Environmentalist, for the ozone layer or the hole in the ozone layer lately? Huh? Besides, obviously, all the vegan farts. Permanent state of flatulence. Funky ass. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. What do you think you're looking at right now? What is that? Cherry tomato? Just a regular tomato? What if I told you that was potato fruit? If you let a potato plant grow long enough in probably a South American climate, it'll eventually fruit and make this thing that looks a lot like a tomato. But then again, so do the leaves of the potato plant. And why is that? Well, that's because they're both from the Nightshade family, just like eggplant and peppers and maybe some others, I'm not sure. It's still itchy. Ah, rice. Rice, baby. I know a lot of you, if not all of you, have seen Game of Thrones, the essence of Nightshade. You could make an extract from these nightshade plants. That would be highly poisonous. Or you could just eat some of these tomato-looking potato fruit. And maybe just one even. And that would be the end of you, basically. They're very poisonous. They're very toxic. Very much like the tomato. Not exactly. Now, I don't know the history of the tomato as it relates, or the family tree, if you will, and how it exactly relates to the potato plant, right? But they're very similar. They're very, very similar. And I would venture a guess that South Americans bred the potato for the tuber, obviously, and all kinds of varieties thereof. And then they bred the tomato plant to be less and less toxic. But even though they were consuming this toxic tomato, they didn't eat the skin. and they tossed the seeds because they knew the shit is toxic. Not quite as toxic. It won't just kill you right off the bat, but you know, that's because it was cultivated to be safe. Somewhat safe. But be that as it may, nightshades are very toxic. Some of us do okay eating them, some of us not at all. And it doesn't have anything to do with gut issues or antibiotics or any of that. It has tons to do with your ancestry, where you're coming from, whether or not you're used to these toxins, how much of them you eat, you know, what you eat them with, how you combine your foods, yada, 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 right? We're not all the same. We're all different. So I got some interesting comments on the last video. You know, one of the viewers was saying how if he eats barely a couple of potatoes, he gets what sounds like cystic acne on his back, right? Just from 2 potatoes. I eat a couple of scoops of rice and I can't stop itching. If I eat nothing but meat, I don't itch. I don't itch at all unless I get bitten by a mosquito or a sandfly. That doesn't mean that I'm allergic to a toxin. It just means that I'm more sensitive to a toxin that some of you might not be. That's what it really comes down to. And, well, a lot of people are in denial or ignorant. They have no clue what's going on, and they think, for example, that itching is normal. Why should you be itching? Why? It indicates a problem, that there's a problem there, right? You got bitten by a mosquito, maybe you spilled some chemicals, or you have a wound that's healing, or you're reacting to something you're eating. Maybe these poisonous nightshades, I don't know. Just thought that was interesting because I'm sure hardly any of you, if anybody, watching this video has ever seen a potato fruit or had any idea just how poisonous it is and how much it looks like a tomato. But I'm done dissing plants, at least for now. I just thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, thanks for checking out the video. Have a good one.